Thank you, Dr. Anish. This is now clear to all of us that the purpose of a business is to create value. And what is the meaning of creating value? Meaning of creating value is to make this world a better place to live. That is the meaning of creating value. That means what? That means every business on this earth has to work only for one single thing, that through their activities, through their operations, they are able to do the things that will make life of people on this earth comfortable, more comfortable than what it was yesterday. That is, friends, one question that you and I need to understand if you and I have to excel in making our career in finance. As a matter of fact, not in finance, in every other aspect also, in every other line also, people have to follow this principle that the purpose of a business is to create value. Then a question that I would like to ask all of you is, what should be our aim as a finance professional? So if the purpose of a business is to create value, then what must be my purpose as a finance person in my company? And the answer, of course, is very simple. My aim and objective as a finance professional must be to help my company create more value. And believe me, friends, all of you are at the threshold of getting into a path which will take you to reach pinnacle of success in life as far as finance is concerned. If you remember this, that whichever organization I work for going forward, it would always be my endeavor to ensure that with my efforts, my organization creates more value. Believe me, your career will be on an automatic your career will become an autopilot, and vertical growth will happen in your career. So this is what, Dr. Anis, I thought I would share before I hand it over back to you for your
Yes.
questions. It's over to you.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. So the question I would like to go ahead with is that with our registered participants who have already given us, I believe you can throw a light with this. One of the student is having a curious question that I am not having commerce background. Are there any opportunities in finance for non-commerce students?
Okay, I think that's a very good question indeed. Now, my answer to your question will be that as far as finance is concerned, on the face of it, it may appear that finance job is only for the people who come from the finance background, but it is not so. It is not so at all. As a matter of fact, if you look at the people who are doing MBA from the premier institutes of this country like IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, many of these MBAs, many of these people who pursue their MBA from these premier institutes, I'm giving you an example of premier institutes, but it is applicable to many other places as well. So the people who are doing MBA, they come from the engineering background and not from the commerce background. And having done their engineering, when they are doing their MBA, they are specializing in finance. And please remember, they are not commerce graduate. So please remember, if you are not a commerce graduate, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter at all. And I know many examples when somebody coming from a science background and pursuing MBA or chartered accountancy for that matter, and doing exceedingly well. So even if you are not a even if you are not a finance graduate, you have no reason to worry as to how are the prospects for you in finance. Prospects for you are same as applicable to the commerce graduates, and I am telling you this full confidence that it is really so. So please remove this doubt from your mind that since I am from a commerce background, I am not from a commerce background, I have a limitation. Not at all. You are absolutely at par. You will need to put in your efforts, best efforts in learning few things in financial accounting, and those things, really speaking, if I tell you, will not take you more than 2 days. So in within 2 days time you will understand as to what is the accounting, and once you understand what is the accounting, in any case you will start feeling that you are already at par with other commerce graduates, and this is how I would respond to your answer and also give you the comfort. Please have no hesitation in your mind on that account. You are as good as anybody, any graduate from any other branch.
Yes, sir. I believe this query, which is being highlighted, that for a non-commerce students can also be part of a asset finance career. Not only there's a good premium institutes, but all over. And I do remember with your last session that you have said this finance is having the universal language. So no matter from which background they are, there are certain opportunities that, as you have highlighted. Once again, with your answer that you have mentioned, like something like chartered accountant, there was one more question which is being there, which says that, sir, क्या CA, CS और ICWA इन्हीं को ही सिर्फ फाइनेंस के लिए प्रोफेशनल माना जाए या कुछ और भी है?
बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, बहुत बढ़िया सवाल है। और इस सवाल को और आपके इस सवाल के माध्यम से मैं एक बड़े एस्पेक्ट को टच करना चाहूँगा। कॉस्ट अकाउंटेंसी, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, lawyer, doctor, engineer, architecture. Now these are all professions. Please remember, these are all professions. Just because somebody complete these programs, these courses, they do not become professional. If someone finishes the course of chartered accountancy, he becomes a chartered accountant. Somebody who finishes the course of lawyer, he becomes a lawyer. Somebody who finishes the course of cost accountancy, he becomes a cost and management accountant. Somebody who finishes the course of company secretary, he becomes a company secretary. Somebody who finishes the course of engineering, he becomes an engineer. Or somebody who finishes the course of architecture, he becomes an architecture. Please understand, there is a big difference between a doctor and a professional doctor. There is a big difference between an architecture and a professional architecture. There is a big difference between a doctor and a professional doctor. There is a big difference between a chartered accountant and a professional chartered accountant. So the profession and professional, these two words have to understood separately. What does it mean? It means if a person completes any of these professional courses, he does not become a professional merely by virtue of completing that course. For calling himself professional, he will have to profess. Profess what? Profess high standards of ethics, high standards of value. He will have to become an example as to how to conduct himself as a doctor, engineer, chartered accountant, cost accountant, architecture, or whatever. Then only you become a professional. If I have acquired one of these qualifications, let's say for example, and I am indulging in all kinds of wrong practices, I am indulging in all wrong kinds of practices, I may be qualified, I may be having one of these degrees, but I am not a professional. I am not a professional. I am an unscrupulous person. And that is what I would say. So please remember, so therefore the answer is not that only a chartered accountant or cost accountant or company secretary can be referred as a professional. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, a simple commerce graduate who does not possess any of these qualifications, but whose conduct is above the board, who is working in a manner that's an example for everyone. He is setting high standards of governance, ethics, and values. This person, even though he does not hold any qualification whatsoever, he is still a professional. And that is what I would like you to remember, that qualification does not make you professional. Qualification only gives you that degree. Qualification only gives you that designation that you have become doctor or engineer or architecture or lawyer or company secretary or cost accountant. it does not make you professional. Professional is something that you have to depict in your behavior, in your approach, in your conduct. So this is how I would answer this question, Dr. Anish. I hope
Yes, sir.
this answers this question of the gentleman who has asked this question.
Yes, I believe. And with this, your answer, I could see that CA, CS, ICWA are just a qualification. There is much more broader aspect in the finance to call it as a profession or professional. Yes, sir. So I would like to go ahead with the third question, that what kind of opportunities are available in financial services? I
Good.
believe a good relevant question to our today's topic.
Okay. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And incidentally, I would also like to mention that in the field of finance, it is not that only chartered accountancy or company secretary or cost accountancy, or in addition to all this NMBA program, there are other options also available. So there are many other courses which are available. Like there is something called ACCA, there is something called CIMA, there is something called CPA. So those are also available. And remember, whatever I have given the answer, that also applicable to these courses as well. Right. Now, coming to this question, Dr. Anish, I
Yes, sir.
think there are plenty of opportunities for anyone who aspires to be in the field of finance. And let me begin with the traditional choices. So, corporate finance. Now, what I intend to do, I intend to divide the qualification, the opportunities available for people in finance into two categories. The first category is corporate finance, which is the traditional choice in finance. So one is corporate finance, which is the traditional choice, and second, I'm going to talk about the non-traditional opportunities in the field of finance. सो एज फार एज दी कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंस इज कंसर्न, तो अगर आप एक कंपनी के फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट को ज्वाइन करते हो, सो व्हाट आर दी थिंग्स दैट यू विल डू, व्हाट आर दी एक्टिविटीज, व्हाट आर दी फंक्शंस दैट यू विल हैंडल if you join a company's finance department. So you will be doing financial management of the business, यानी कि उस कंपनी का जो फाइनेंसेस है आप उसका बंदोबस्त करेंगे, उसका इस्तेमाल करेंगे, उसका मैनेजमेंट करेंगे. आप इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लानिंग एंड प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट करेंगे. आप समझ सकते हैं कि कोई भी बिजनेस अगर स्टार्ट होता है तो वो इन्वेस्टमेंट लगा के स्टार्ट करते हैं. वो लैंड खरीदते हैं, लैंड के ऊपर बिल्डिंग बिठाते हैं, बिल्डिंग के अंदर प्लांट एंड मशीनरी डालते हैं और इस तरह से खड़ा करके बिजनेस को चलाते हैं. तो उसका डिसीजन लेने के लिए प्रोफेशनल्स की ज़रूरत पड़ती है जो कि ओनर्स को बता सकें कि भाई उनको ये इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, और अगर करना चाहिए तो क्यों करना चाहिए, और नहीं करना चाहिए तो क्यों नहीं करना चाहिए. सो दिस इज़ व्हाट इज़ द सेकंड थिंग विच इज़ पार्ट ऑफ योर कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंस जॉब. वर्किंग कैपिटल मैनेजमेंट, आपकी इन्वेंट्री का मैनेजमेंट, आपके फिनिश गुड्स का मैनेजमेंट, आपके रॉ मटेरियल का मैनेजमेंट और आपके रिसीवेबल्स का मैनेजमेंट. बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली याद रखिए, एंड मैं वो जो जितने भी यंग फाइनेंस एस्पायरेंट्स जो इस प्रोग्राम को देख रहे हैं, मैं उनको बताना चाहूँगा कि देखिए, जब आप एक कंपनी को ज्वाइन करते हैं एज अ फाइनेंस प्रोफेशनल, उस कंपनी की आपसे ढेर सारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं. और वो क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं? सबसे बड़ी एक्सपेक्टेशंस कंपनी की जो आपसे है वो ये है कि आप कंपनी को मदद करेंगे. किस चीज़ में मदद करेंगे? आप इस कंपनी को मदद करेंगे और ज़्यादा वैल्यू क्रिएट करने में. तो वर्किंग कैपिटल मैनेजमेंट is also an area that you will need to manage as a finance professional. यानी कि और working capital management, remember, depending on the size of the company, the amount involved can run into crores of rupees. तो आपको वो working capital management करना होगा, फंड फ्लो मैनेजमेंट करना होगा, कैश फ्लो मैनेजमेंट करना होगा कि कंपनी का पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है और कंपनी का पैसा कहाँ जाना चाहिए, जहाँ जाना चाहिए वहाँ जा रहा है कि नहीं, ये आपको देखना होगा. रेजिंग ऑफ फंड्स, सीधी सी बात है, अगर कंपनी को ग्रो करना है तो कंपनी को ग्रो करने के लिए नए बिल्डिंग्स बनाने पड़ेंगे, नई लैंड खरीदनी पड़ेगी, नई प्लांट एंड मशीनरी खरीदनी पड़ेंगी, तो ये सब के लिए कंपनी को पैसे की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी। तो पैसा कहाँ से आ सकता है? पैसा दो जगह से आ सकता है, तीन जगह से आ सकता है। और वो तीन जगह कौन कौन सी हैं? वो पहली जगह है, पैसा इक्विटी कैपिटल के थ्रू आ सकता है, शेयर कैपिटल के थ्रू आ सकता है कि जो प्रमोटर है बिजनेस के वो अपनी जेब से पैसा डालें। दूसरा सोर्स क्या है? दूसरा सोर्स ये है कि वो डेट से आ सकता है, लोन से आ सकता है, यानी कि जो बैंक्स हैं, लैंडिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, और भी बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं जो कि एनबीएफसीज हैं जो कि पैसा लैंड करते हैं, वहाँ से पैसा आ सकता है। और तीसरा कहाँ से आ सकता है? तीसरा पैसा कंपनी के ऑपरेशन से आ सकता है, यानी कि जब कंपनी कोई प्रॉफिट बनाएगी तो नेचुरली जब प्रॉफिट बनाएगी तो वो कैश जनरेट करेगी। जो कैश जनरेट करेगी वो एक तरह से कंपनी के लिए फंड की रेजिंग है। तो एज ए फाइनेंस प्रोफेशनल आपको देखना होगा कि कहाँ से पैसा रेज किया जाए। सो नॉट ओनली कहाँ से पैसा रेज किया जाए, एज ए फाइनेंस प्रोफेशनल you will be expected to do you will be expected to raise money by equity, debt or any other source. बिजनेस रिस्क मैनेजमेंट बहुत जरूरी सवाल है, बहुत जरूरी है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। अब देखिए बहुत सारी कंपनियां दुनिया में इसलिए डूब जाती हैं क्योंकि उनका रिस्क मैनेजमेंट बहुत बेकार है। आपने एक कंपनी का नाम सुना होगा, कोडक। कोडक once upon a time was the market leader as far as the cameras was concerned, as far as the photography is concerned. But where is Kodak today? Kodak does not exist anywhere on this earth. And why is that so? Because this company did not bother about the risk management. And that means as a finance professional, ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी है, आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि जिस कंपनी के लिए आप काम करें उस कंपनी का रिस्क मैनेजमेंट साउंड होना चाहिए, स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए। आपको सोचना होगा, एंड विद द कलेक्टिव इंटरेक्शन विद एवरीबडी इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, आपको टाइम टू टाइम मालूम करते रहना पड़ेगा कि ये कंपनी को, मेरी कंपनी को कहाँ से रिस्क हो सकती है, किस तरह की रिस्क हो सकती है। और वो जिस तरह की भी रिस्क हो, जैसी भी रिस्क हो, आपका उसका पहले से एडवांस में बंदोबस्त करके लेना पड़ेगा। तो रिस्क मैनेजमेंट इज अनदर एरिया दैट विल बी पार्ट ऑफ योर कन्वेंशनल कॉर्पोरेट फाइनेंस फंक्शन। मैनेजमेंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम, सीधी सी बात है, कंपनी प्रॉफिट बना रही है कि नहीं बना रही है, कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा? कंपनी प्रॉफिट बना रही है कि नहीं बना रही है, कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा? ये मालूम पड़ेगा अगर कंपनी के पास में एक बढ़िया इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम हो। कंपनी जितना बजट किया था उतना प्रॉफिट बना रही है कि उससे कम बना रही है कि उससे ज़्यादा बना रही है, कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा? मैनेजमेंट इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम। कंपनी की कॉस्टिंग क्या है, कंपनी के मार्केट क्या है, कंपनी का ज़्यादा बिजनेस कहाँ से आता है, कंपनी का बिजनेस कम कहाँ से आता है, कंपनी को किस प्रोडक्ट से ज़्यादा कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन मिलता है। ये सारी बातें और इनसे रिलेटेड बहुत सारी बातें मैनेजमेंट इंफॉर्मेशन का हिस्सा होती हैं। एंड दैट मीन एज अ फाइनेंस पर्सन it is expected that you will help the top management, you will help the owners in management information system. And why you have to help the management in management information system? Because they have to take a decision. So they have to take you will have to tell them कि ये प्रोडक्ट पे कंट्रीब्यूशन कितना है। 10 प्रोडक्ट बनाती है कंपनी, वो 10 प्रोडक्ट में से किस कंपनी का कंट्रीब्यूशन सबसे ज़्यादा है। सो ऑब्वियसली अगर आपको चॉइस डिसीजन लेना है तो आप कौन से प्रोडक्ट को प्रोड्यूस करना पसंद करेंगे? पहले यू विल लाइक टू प्रोड्यूस अ प्रोडक्ट दैट इज गिविंग यू मैक्सिमम कंट्रीब्यूशन. So management information system is part of your conventional corporate finance function. फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग एंड कंट्रोल, बैलेंस शीट में बनाने में आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन है, P&L बनाने में आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन है, कंट्रोल में आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन है, रिपोर्टिंग में आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन है, क्योंकि शेयर होल्डर्स को बताना है कि हमने कितना प्रॉफिट बनाया, कितना खर्चा किया, कितनी इनकम करी, हमारी क्या एसेट्स हैं, हमारी क्या लाइबिलिटीज़ हैं, हमारी कंपनी किस डायरेक्शन में जा रही है, किस डायरेक्शन में जानी चाहिए। वो सारा फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग इज अनदर एरिया वेयर द फाइनेंस प्रोफेशनल्स हैव अ रोल टू play, because they are the ones who will help the company in doing financial reporting and control. And then financial analysis for decision making. अब रेशियो एनालिसिस का आपने नाम सुना होगा, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी रेशियो है, लिक्विडिटी रेशियो है, एफिशिएंसी रेशियो है, करंट रेशियो है, डेट इक्विटी रेशियो है, दुनिया भर के रेशियोज हैं। उन रेशियोज को स्टडी करके आप मालूम कर सकते हो कि कंपनी ने अच्छा किया है कि कंपनी ने अच्छा नहीं किया है, कंपनी सही डायरेक्शन में जा रही है कि कंपनी सही डायरेक्शन में नहीं जा रही है, कंपनी रिस्की है कि कंपनी रिस्की नहीं है, कंपनी अपने रिसोर्सेज का अच्छा इस्तेमाल कर रही है कि अपने रिसोर्सेज का अच्छा इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रही है। सो दिस इज ऑल you as finance professional will be expected and will be making your career in doing the financial analysis. So these are friends the traditional corporate finance function. with which you have to deal. अब इसमें और भी चीज़ें आ जाएंगी, डिसीजन मेकिंग है, डिविडेंड डिसीजन मेकिंग है कि भाई डिविडेंड पे करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए तो कितना करना चाहिए और क्यों करना चाहिए, और जो प्रॉफिट आप बना रहे हो, कैश फ्लो मैनेजमेंट, वो ऑल दोज आर द फंक्शंस, ऑल दोज आर द अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर यू in finance for making your career. So depending on the interest, you can decide to go for the corporate traditional, that is corporate finance, or you have lot of many non-conventional options. Let us look at them as to what are the non-conventional options that you have. And let me tell you, एक नहीं है, दो नहीं है, 10 नहीं है, 20 नहीं है, 30 नहीं है, 35 ऑप्शंस हैं जो मैं सोच सका आपके पास में अवेलेबल टू मेक योर करियर इन फाइनेंस. क्या कर सकते हैं आप? ट्रेजरी मैनेजमेंट, यानी कि कंपनी के पास में जो पैसा है उस पैसे का इन्वेस्टमेंट कहाँ करना चाहिए, किस तरह से करना चाहिए, ताकि उस पैसे के ऊपर कंपनी को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रिटर्न कमाने को मिले, और जहाँ भी कंपनी इन्वेस्टमेंट करे उसका रिस्क कम से कम हो. दैट इज़ एरिया नंबर 1, ट्रेजरी मैनेजमेंट. इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग, अब देखिए, आप अगर इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स पढ़ते हैं, बिजनेस स्टैंडर्ड पढ़ते हैं, डीएनए पढ़ते हैं, फाइनेंशियल एक्सप्रेस पढ़ते हैं, या और कोई बिजनेस से रिलेटेड न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हैं या मैगजीन पढ़ते हैं, तो आप देखेंगे आज हेडलाइंस क्या होती है कि वीडियोकॉन, वोडाफोन इज ट्राइंग टू रेज $10 billion, एयरटेल इज रेजिंग $20 billion, this company is raising $15 billion. So and then there are a lot of takeovers are happening, mergers are happening, acquisitions are happening, and funding is required to be done for all those investment, and that is investment banking. Another very interesting area but very demanding area. You will have to be really very good in the analytics for getting into investment banking. यानी कि जो इन्वेस्टमेंट होते हैं उनकी फंडिंग कैसे हो, वो आप that is one another career option that you have non-conventionally. कॉर्पोरेट रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग, अब देखिए कितनी सारी कंपनियों का मर्जर हो रहा है, अमलगमेशन हो रहा है, सो मेनी एग्जाम्पल्स आर देयर राइट इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस. एज ए मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट, आज की तारीख में आप कभी भी पेपर उठा के देखिए तो कोई ना कोई कंपनी कहीं ना कहीं मर्ज हो रही है, रीस्ट्रक्चर हो रही है, और बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, छोटे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, बड़े एग्जाम्पल हैं. रिलायंस ग्रुप का रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग होती है, जी ग्रुप की रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग होती है, और ICICI लिमिटेड विच वॉज द पेरेंट कंपनी गेट्स मर्ज इनटू ICICI बैंक, एंड वोडाफोन और आइडिया का मर्जर होता है. So many mergers and amalgamations are happening. Companies are being bought over, companies are taken over. So a company called SR Steel is bought by ArcelorMittal. A company like Bhushan Steel goes to Tata Steel. A company like Ruchi Soya goes to Baba Ramdev, Patanjali. So many things are happening. So corporate restructuring is another area where you can make your career. Merger, amalgamation, acquisitions, takeover, slump sale, and all those are the corporate restructuring. Fourth is business valuations. समझ के लीजिए, अब ये जितने भी बिजनेस में डिसीजंस लिए जाते हैं, how will you take those decisions? Can you just take your decisions like this, or you will have to think and apply your mind? Obviously you will have to think and apply your mind, and not only you will have to think and apply your mind, but you will also need to do the valuation कि जिस कंपनी को आप खरीद रहे हो उस कंपनी का वैल्यू क्या है, तो वो वैल्यू कैसे निकाली जाती है, उस वैल्यू के लिए कौन सा मेथड यूज़ करते हैं, उस वैल्यूएशन के लिए कौन सी अप्रोच यूज़ करते हैं, उसके लिए कैश फ्लो प्रोजेक्शंस कैसे करते हैं, वो सारा, दैट इज़ अनदर एरिया ऑफ बिजनेस वैल्यूएशन. Very interesting because lot of application of mind, and that is your business valuation. Then you got a derivatives as a tool for risk management. So derivative is another career option that you have. Again, very demanding, very challenging, at the same time very exciting and also very rewarding, because derivatives, with the help of derivatives, you can help the companies to do the risk management, to do the financial risk management. So that derivatives is one area where you can make your career. Financial services, दुनिया भर की आज हम देखते हैं कितनी सारी फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज हैं, लीजिंग है, हायर परचेज है, so many things are happening in the domain of financial services. So many things are happening on the personal loan है, home loan है, car loan है, business loan है. So many things are happening, and financial services, merchant banking है, mutual fund है, investment banking है. So many things are there happening, and that is your financial services is another area where you can make your career. portfolio management and security analysis. So maybe you can get into business of portfolio management, and that means what? That means आप high net worth जो लोग हैं उनके फंड्स का मैनेजमेंट करें. So you do the portfolio management for the high net worth people. So you try and earn a big return for them, and as a result of that you get a big chunk of that return as part of your remuneration. So that is portfolio management, how to manage the investment of high net worth people. Investment analysis. So whenever somebody is wanting to make investment, and that investment can happen within India, that investment can happen outside India. So somebody needs to do that investment analysis and find out whether it's a good investment or bad investment. Will this investment give return on long term basis, or will this investment give return only on short term basis? Will it be risky investment, or will it be more rewarding investment? And that is where you as the finance professional can make your career. कैपिटल एंड मनी मार्केट. सो ऑब्वियसली दुनिया भर में जो बिजनेसेस हैं उनको पैसा चाहिए बिजनेस को चलाने के लिए. तो पैसा चाहिए, जैसा कि मैंने पहले कहा कि पैसा 3 जगह से आ सकता है. इक्विटी से आ सकता है, डेट से आ सकता है. तो इक्विटी से अगर आएगा और डेट से आएगा, सो दैट मीन्स आपका जो बिजनेस है जहाँ पे आप काम कर रहे हैं, पहली बात तो ये कि आपको कैपिटल मार्केट्स को टैप करना पड़ेगा, या दूसरी बात ये कि आपको मनी मार्केट को टैप करना पड़ेगा. ये तो एक साइड हो गई. दूसरी साइड ये भी हो सकती है कि आप कैपिटल मार्केट में जाके ऑपरेट करें. सो दैट मीन्स यू आर वर्किंग विद द बैंक, यू आर वर्किंग विद द लेंडर, यू आर वर्किंग विद अ पेंशन फंड, यू आर वर्किंग विद म्यूचुअल फंड, you are working with LIC fund. So many things can happen, and that is capital market and money market, because the mobility of capital is happening continuously in the entire economic system. So you have the opportunity of either being part of the capital market, and that also includes the stock exchanges, or you can be part of the money market, and which is where you provide funds for less than 12 months. So that's your capital एंड मार्केट एंड मनी मार्केट्स. मर्चेंट बैंकिंग. सो दुनिया भर में आज की तारीख में देखिए इंडियन इकोनॉमी, आई कैन टेल यू, रिमेंबर फ्रेंड्स, इफ देर इज द बेस्ट मार्केट इन द वर्ल्ड, it is India. India is the market for the whole world. India is the market for the whole world, and it will remain so for so many decades to come for sure. It will definitely remain so for so many decades to come. So Indian economy has to do well. If Indian economy is not doing well, or if Indian economy has not done well, it is not because Indian economy lacked the strength. It is because the people who were responsible for managing the economy, they did not do their job well. They had a lot of biases, prejudices, vested interest, and that is why deliberately they did not let the Indian economy prosper. They did not let the Indian economy flower. But today you can see, just yesterday, what has happened. Yesterday, after the announcement of the budget, the market went up by 2,300 points. Today, the market went up by 1,200 points. Why is that happening? Because yesterday's budget, if you analyze, and I can tell you with full confidence, whatever I have seen in last 35 years, ever since I started working, yesterday's budget, I can tell you, was truly a trained setter budget. If you analyze it deeply, you will find that yesterday's budget was how a budget should be. And I'm so glad, and it's not a surprise that the market responded to this budget with so much of exuberance, with so much of zeal and zest, that it went up yesterday by 2,300 points, and when I heard today it was up by 1,200 points. So merchant banking, तो अभी ये सारी कंपनियां हैं, they need money, and they need money. That means somebody has to help them in raising the money, and that is merchant banking. So if a company has to get its shares listed on equity stock exchange, somebody has to help them. If today the government of India is working very extensively in developing the debt market, and remember, the debt market globally is of the size of $100 trillion, and you can imagine $100 trillion is such a huge amount, and that is merchant banking is one area where you can make your career. Investment banking, corporate advisory. So obviously you are a finance person, you have worked in the industry for 10-15 years, or maybe 5-10 years, and you have worked with total commitment and dedication. You got a very good knowledge of each and every aspect of the business, and you are so much rich in the business that you can start corporate advisory. That means you can start advising the companies, medium size, small size, and whatnot, in how to manage their affairs, and that is corporate advisory, which is another option that you have. Corporate restructuring, as we talked about mergers, amalgamations, and acquisitions. Investment analyst, you can do that. Functioning of economy and the role of central bank, that is what you can pay attention to. Business ethics and good corporate governance is you can try and promote, and that is where you can. Entrepreneurial development is what you can do. International finance, so not only you can make your career in Indian finance, but you can also make your career in international finance. That means how to raise money outside India, how to open a letter of credit for a company which is based outside India, or how to get the export benefit from the government of India, how to fund my merger or acquisition outside India, or things like that. So international finance, again, a very interesting area for you to make as career. Insolvency and bankruptcy, I have already spoken about. And business turnaround strategies, and this is something very interesting today. With the advent of IBC, insolvency and bankruptcy courts, a lot of companies which were at the brink of collapsing, now these companies are coming and are available for turnaround. So you as a business professional, you as a finance professional, can also start helping the businesses across the country in strategizing, in helping the businesses create a strategy to help the businesses turn around. Let me tell the businessmen as to what all they need to do in their business so that they stop making losses and start making profits. So this is what you can do, business turn around strategies. Then you can insurance. I'm sure all of you know, another very non-conventional area as far as the career is concerned, especially with the advent of the private sector into it. And I'm sure yesterday you must have heard that in the budget the finance minister has announced that the FDI cap, which was earlier on 49%, is now lifted to 74%. That means you can expect more FDI coming into insurance sector. And that means what? That means insurance sector in India, remember, huge in size and wholly grossly untapped as of now. And I'm sure with the new technology, new capital, new entrepreneurial, new governmental support, insurance sector is going to flower. Insurance sector is really going to offer you excellent opportunities of career. And please remember, in case of insurance, you must also understand what kind of opportunities you can have in the insurance sector. So of course you can have the opportunities of getting into life insurance, non-life insurance, and things like that. But you can also have the opportunity of fund management, and you can also have the opportunity of risk management. Obviously, somebody who's taking an insurance policy with an insurance company, he is taking that policy with an objective that in case something goes wrong, insurance company will take care of that risk. And certain policies are investment in nature, so the insurance company also has to ensure that it pays good return to the person who has taken those policies. So insurance is another area where you got a tremendous scope for making career. Banking, I think we all know, again, same thing as I said for insurance is also applicable for bank. Traditionally in India, we only had the PSUs operating, but today we can see so many private sector banks are coming, and not only so many private sectors are becoming, so many private sector private banks are coming. But what we are also seeing, that we are seeing small banks, we are seeing the payment banks, we are seeing the fintech so coming and supporting the bank. So in the bank and the internet banking, digital banking, all that is making tremendous impact on the banking, and really expanding the scope for making career in banking. And that is what is available to the people. Financial services, I think we have spoken already. International finance is coming again. Fintech industry, phenomenal. So all these are the companies that you see, whether it's Swiggy or Uber or Ola or Oyo, or all these companies that you see today, what these companies are, or Paytm or Bheem, all these companies, they are fintech companies. And please remember, what is the meaning of fintech company? Fintech company का मतलब ये है companies which are basically IT, or basically IT companies, but these IT companies are offering solutions. These companies are offering solutions, making use of the IT in the domain of finance. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if 10 years back or 15 years back, if you had to send money, or if you were to receive money from your father somewhere, your father would send a money order, or your father would send a demand draft, and that means what? That means for making that demand draft, your father need to go to a bank and spend 1 or 2 hours in the bank, again go back in the evening and collect the demand draft, and then he'll put that into courier for you or in the post for you. It will take 7-8 days to come to you, and then you will put the demand draft into your bank account. Again 7-8 days it will consume before you get the money into your account, and it will take about 10-20 days will go only in this. Today what you have, today within a split of a second, your father is able to send money to your bank account. But remember, don't let only your father spend money to you. Once you start earning, start sending money from your side to your father also. So make fintech use for earn a lot of money, lot of money, and send lot of money back to your parents, so that your parents must feel proud of you, and they must feel, wow, I have really taken a fantastic decision. They must feel that I am lucky to have got a son like you, and that is what you should do. So fintech industry is offering huge potential, and that is where you can really make your career. And remember friends, today you are born in this country, that itself is a matter of great luck, and having born in these times, I can tell you, is even better a matter of luck. So Dr. Anish, we will take another 10 minutes, I suppose that's fine, since we had a break in between. Wealth management you can do. So a lot of
Yes,
people.
sir.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
thank you,
Please.
Dr. Anish. Thank you, doctor. So a lot of people are sitting with pile of money, but they don't know how to do it, right? But they still would like to get a good return. Who will help them? The finance people will help them. So you as a finance professional can help people in doing wealth management for them. So instead of they keeping their money into a bank account and earning a return of 3%, you can specialize in wealth management, and you can specialize in wealth management, start offering services of wealth management. To begin with, you can work with a company which is into wealth management, learn the ropes of the tricks of the trade, and start offering. So do wealth management. It will give you tremendous amount of satisfaction, and also fetch a lot of wealth for you. Fund management. So wealth management, fund management, private equity funds. I am sure today so many private equity funds are operating. So there are funds in India coming from Japan. There are funds in India coming from Europe. There are funds in India coming from America. Today in India, there are funds coming from everywhere in the world, and all these funds are coming to India. Please understand why. All these funds are coming to India because the rate of return in their country is very low. In Japan, there is no return on the funds that they have, and in America, the rate of return may be 1.5%, and same is the case more or less with Europe. So all these people, all these businesses who have got a lot of money, they would like to come to India, or they would like to go to emerging economies, as they say, maybe China, maybe Brazil, maybe Mexico, and maybe Vietnam, maybe Korea. So they would like to go to the countries where they can get a higher return. And so these private equity funds come with a lot of money,